有个女孩子跟她男朋友谈恋爱1年多了，已经见过父母。
There's a girl who has been dating her boyfriend for over a year. Both families have already met, and they plan to get married by the end of the year. But their relationship was full of conflicts, constant arguments over trivial things. The girl often lost her temper and threatened to break up. The man felt exhausted. If we break up every day while dating, does that mean after marriage we'll divorce all the time too? Last weekend, they went to his parents' house for dinner. He asked her what she wanted to eat. She said dumplings. His parents kindly made dumplings, but with chive filling, which she disliked. She ate just one, then put down her chopsticks, pretending to be full, making his parents awkward. When they realized the reason, his parents offered to buy cabbage to make new ones. But he stopped them. Don't bother, Mom, Dad. We'll eat out. Later, he confronted her. If you had an issue, you could have told me privately. Why embarrass my parents? It wasn't intentional. You said dumplings, but you didn't say what filling. She got angry. You know I hate chives. I told you before. I came all the way here. Couldn't even eat properly. Are you trying to make me suffer? He snapped back. I'm not a mind reader. Even if it's my fault, you shouldn't embarrass my parents. The fight escalated. She cried. You don't love me. If you did, you'd remember what I like or dislike. There's no point in marrying you. Let's break up. He shot back. Fine, let's break up. She slapped him and stormed off in tears.
He was so furious he slapped himself.
They stopped contacting each other. At 1 a.m., she called, crying and cursing. Heartless.
今天有一个男客户在一个3线小城市。
Today, a male client in a small third-tier city wants to find a partner, but his social circle is narrow, so he's considering signing up for local matchmaking services. The cheapest package is 8,999 Chinese yuan, about 1,260 US dollars, introducing 3 people at 3,000 Chinese yuan, about 420 US dollars each. I talked him out of it because he wanted me to do a spouse selection positioning to see if the type he likes can be found there. After chatting, he said I seem reliable and sincere, asked if I could introduce someone. I said no, I don't do matchmaking, not in that business. He asked why not, it's so profitable. I said yeah, too profitable, like violence, 3,000 Chinese yuan, 420 US dollars per head, I couldn't do it. I'm not the type to make unconscionable money. I said the success rate is too low. If I were a dedicated matchmaker wanting both sides satisfied and successful, it might take 10 days to half a month to pair one couple, maybe tomorrow or a month or two. Hard to say. Because finding a partner involves looks, compatibility in chat, feelings, too hard to quantify. Plus, most people at matchmaking are leftover goods. If not, and they're 6-star warriors, they wouldn't need to pay for it. Of course, some have narrow circles, but mostly they get lured by matchmakers' pitches like, we have girls perfect for you, look at this profile. Wow, matches exactly. But have you thought why such a great girl would want you? Many pay because they're dazzled by the matchmaker's rhetoric and tricks, sounds too good, fits your interests, so you rush to pay. After paying, you realize it's not like that. The introductions are low quality, looks don't appeal. The contract specifies 3 slots. Bluntly, if they hire actors, you're stuck. How to prove it? Introductions done. Service over. Sure, some pitch until you find one or guarantee marriage. To me, as an emotional consultant, that's nonsense. I'm simple. Take emotional consultations, hear gossip, have fun. Happy to help, earn along the way. Even if just 300 Chinese yuan, about 42 US dollars per session, I find it joyful. But matchmaking is really violent. Many boast old stores, offline shops seem reliable, open for years, so must be trustworthy, who knows? If just attending offline events like 200 Chinese yuan, 28 US dollars, 300 Chinese yuan, 42 US dollars, 500 Chinese yuan, 70 US dollars per session, I say try 2 or 3 to see if participants suit you. If yes, pay more times, no big deal. If not, stop. Don't fall for pay more for VIP priority introductions. Sounds good, but what's VIP? Just a gimmick. Many pay 10,000 Chinese yuan, 1,400 US dollars, 20,000 Chinese yuan, 2,800 US dollars, then realize scammed, poor quality. Contract signed, hard to refund, suing tiring. But many agencies are really phony. Truly dedicated matchmakers are rare. I'm impatient, no team. 24 hours a day minus eat and sleep leaves few hours for work. Doing matchmaking alone, I'd be overwhelmed, need a team, then feed the team. All messy costs pass to paying members. So I just want simple emotional consults, spouse positioning, hear gossip, I'm happy. Matchmaking? Probably never in this life, unless past 40 and idle. Plus, many matchmakers hide behind matchmaking facades to scam. Their scripts are similar nationwide, online, offline. They say one line, I know the next. Clients get ideologically tricked, can't find partners, come back to me for positioning or consult. Too many. Few succeed via matchmaking, except places that work first pay later or low fees like 500 Chinese yuan, 70 US dollars, 1,000 Chinese yuan, 140 US dollars, 3,000 Chinese yuan, 420 US dollars, 5,000 Chinese yuan, 700 US dollars, paid, just test waters. But over 5,000 Chinese yuan, 700 US dollars, be cautious. Money doesn't grow on trees. Even my clients, if solvable in half an hour, I won't drag to 40 minutes. Everyone earns hard. No need to babble 10 more minutes for extra 100 Chinese yuan, 14 US dollars, means little to me but big for average workers. So focus on solving efficiently. Hope those earning hard don't rush to matchmaking sign up. Evaluate multifaceted if reliable, if their words are tricks. Internet's advanced, check easily. Hope you spend wisely, money lands right. Truly useful. And I won't do matchmaking. Speaking of many seeming peers online, matchmakers/mediators are mostly outsourced. Say I'm Xiaomi matchmaking. Alone can't handle, can't open branches everywhere. So sell leads to partners in Changzhou, Suzhou, Nanjing, Shanghai, Beijing. Draw 1,000 to 2,000 Chinese yuan, 140 to 280 US dollars each, easy money. So I dislike it. Feels immoral. Not naming names, but plenty online. Hope no wasteful spending. Guard your wallet. Economy's tough. Need emotional consult or positioning. Find me. Worst I scam 300 Chinese yuan, 42 US dollars. If half-hour chat unsatisfying, lose 300. Don't rush 8,000 Chinese yuan, 1,120 US dollars, 9,000 Chinese yuan, 1,260 US dollars, 10,000 Chinese yuan, 1,400 US dollars, 20,000 Chinese yuan, 2,800 US dollars, without thinking. If so, you're rich. Up to you.
Bye.
现在结婚率都低成什么样了？
Marriage rates are plummeting now. Girls don't want to marry anymore. Why isn't domestic violence criminalized? Why not mandate that a husband's income must be half shared with his wife and require alimony after divorce? Why can't we have such rules? Clearly, girls fear abuse and lack of security, so they avoid marriage. Because if we did, men wouldn't want to marry. Girls not wanting marriage is fine. Someone always urges them. Parents, relatives, married older sisters. No one urging? Use coaxing, deception, deep affection acting. Girls are soft-hearted, easily believing. Girls still believe in love. Even after seeing shocking cases online, meeting and understanding guy offline makes her think he's different. Girls are easily guilt-tripped, easily impulsive. Seeing parents anxious, they go on blind dates. But men are different. If something's unfavorable, they bail. No advice works. For years, girls haven't married. Society runs fine. Unmarried girls don't mess around. Don't force guys to escort them home. But if men don't want marriage, who knows what happens? This system's design never protects the weak. It's about balance, the safest for vested interests. Domestic violence isn't criminal because that raises marriage costs. Forcing income split strips traditional marriage's biggest gain: invisible labor exploitation and property control. Society turns fine without girls marrying. They still create value, work hard, consume, care for distant families. They're still in the system. Even better, single women focus more, overtime willingly, perfect cogs. But men not marrying is huge. Rates drop superficially. Deeper, marriage assigns social roles most effectively: men as stable labor, women unpaid for birth and care. Millennium-old system. If men mass exit: 1. Fertility collapses. 2. Family units disintegrate. Stability costs rise. 3. Many men escape settle down narrative, become unstable factors. So get it? Girls not marrying is just non-cooperation. Men not marrying destroys the system. Thus, the system opts to coax/deceive women into marriage, not bind men, fearing loss of their cooperation. Urging relatives, affection-acting men, guilt-tripping parents, essentially system's temporary stabilizers. They don't care about you, unconsciously uphold ancient order. But always remember, you have choice. Not marry or not, but cooperate with game rules or not. Even exploit rules for your gain. System fears not women unmarried, but women seeing through rules, choosing most beneficial path. When you're no longer the soothed object but rule maker, the world truly hears you. Remember, the awake never drift with the flow.
聊一下要不要给女人花钱这件事，因为后台有各种各样的私信。
Let's talk about whether to spend money on women. Got all sorts of DMs. Guys earning under 5,000 Chinese yuan, about $700, ask if they should buy milk tea or takeout for girls. 5,000 to 15,000 Chinese yuan, $700 to $2,100, ask about gifting necklaces or bracelets. 15,000 to 50,000 Chinese yuan, $2,100 to $7,000. Ask if a girl wants 3,000 Chinese yuan, about $420, sushi. Should they go? Since they usually wince at per head 1,000 to 2,000 Chinese yuan, $140 to $280. Over 50,000 Chinese yuan, $7,000. Even 100,000 to 200,000 Chinese yuan, $14000. 28000 USD. Ask how much to smash on chasing a girl, spend or not, or evaluate her worth. All kinds. Today, my views, one vid won't cover, but key points. First, grasp spending essence. Simple, two people interacting incur costs. Money supports activities. Spending is a process, not result. You do something together, so spend, but fear waste, hence hesitate. Many ask why not girls spend on us. Good question, 'cause usually men like first or more. In my cases, girls spend on guys when guys hot, high EQ, great family, girls crave the person, so reverse. Extreme, rich ladies fund, puppies. Today, skip girls craving and spending on guys. Depends on feedback for another vid. Focus on men spending on women. First, define relationship position. 4 stages: pursuit, dating, marriage, providing. Key. Any stage, you're not provider. She's not your daughter. No duty to fund or buy everything. You're not parents. No guardianship, so no nurturing responsibility. Many guys air as providers, but parents control. You just give, overgive, and get seen as fool. She won't be touched. Uses your cash for makeup, boob pads, then hooks better guys. Feed the enemy. Root of tragedies. Misplaced role. Avoid at all costs. Next, 3 stages: skip marriage, complex with shared assets, pre/postmarital, splits like business. Pursuit. Most likely no return spend, your action. She can reject. Spending doesn't buy togetherness. That's transaction, not love. Essence. Investment may sink. Dating. Spend has return. She commits exclusive, gives emotional value. Couple life. bears opportunity cost rejecting others. Pursuit, control total costs. Dating, can spend higher with return. Big rule in pursuit. If it hurts, regardless amount, e.g., 5,000 Chinese yuan, 700 US dollars, income hurts at 500 Chinese yuan, 70 US dollars, 50,000 Chinese yuan, 7,000 US dollars, at 10,000 Chinese yuan, 1,400 US dollars, 100,000 to 200,000 Chinese yuan, 14000, 28000 USD, at 50,000 Chinese yuan, 7,000 US dollars. Don't spend. Hurt means fear no return. Only spend if accept loss, like 3,000 Chinese yuan, 420 US dollars, necklace, and okay if fails. Dating, can spend hurting amounts, investing in bond. Point 2. Save small, skip big. Small, eat, drink, play. Match or 1-3x daily with brothers, e.g., bro meal 50 to 100 Chinese yuan, 7 to 14 US dollars, girl 50 to 300 Chinese yuan, 7 to 42 US dollars, okay, per income. Big, 5x plus daily, like bro 70 Chinese yuan, 10 US dollars, then 400 Chinese yuan, 56 US dollars. Big, avoid in pursuit, except travel. Point 3. Point 3. Spend on love, not person. Love, shared experiences like trips together, both benefit bonds. Person, her stuff like bags, easy waste. Rule, spend if accept sink. Dumbest fan, spent 5,000 Chinese yuan, 700 US dollars, no eat. Demanded back, she paid, blocked, bad rep in circle. Issue, petty calculation, shows stingy, repels people. Like lending, I rarely lend. If due, treat as gift, e.g., friend wants 10,000 Chinese yuan, 1,400 US dollars, but hurts, give 6,000 Chinese yuan, 840 US dollars. No worry, keeps friendship. View spending as gift, cuts issues. Point 4. Return ratio. Interacting, spending proportional. You spend 100 Chinese yuan, 14 US dollars. She how much? If 0, you spend non-stop. She zilch, bail early. At least 30%. You 100 Chinese yuan. She 30 to 50 Chinese yuan, 4 to 7 US dollars normal. Rest 50 Chinese yuan as market subsidy. Women 20 to 30 have higher opportunity cost. Reality, one are spending more, later vid. Combine 4, spend right, no waste, income-based. Some ask, spend little she scorns? Matching issue. Incomes vary. Guy 3,000 Chinese yuan, 420 US dollars versus 30,000 Chinese yuan, 4,200 US dollars. Rich girl demands high spend, fair. If you're 3,000 Chinese yuan, unless hot or girl savvy, don't force high-end. Both suffer. Matching doors shows an economy. Fix, boost income, or find matching girls. Spend 50 to 100 Chinese yuan, 7 to 14 US dollars. Low demands. Not low spend scorn. Wrong target. Skip low income, high income today. Not add BS, poor short ugly bags rich beauty. If believe 3,000 Chinese yuan, 420 US dollars. Tech bags 50,000 Chinese yuan, 7,000 US dollars. Girl. Dumb. Unfollow. Simple. You earn 5,000 Chinese yuan, 700 US dollars. Want jobless girl you fund? Uncomfy, right? She earns 50,000 Chinese yuan, ain't brain dead to fund you. Follow this money efficient, deserved results. Recap. Position, small big, on love, return. Recall?
Buy.
什么样的女人适合当老婆呢？对于男人而言哈，
What kind of woman is suitable as a wife? For men, life has 2 key investments. One is choosing a career, the other is selecting a spouse. Picking the wrong wife could ruin a man's life. Marriage is like a second rebirth, so important that even 94-year-old Warren Buffett emphasized it in his closing speech. Based on data from thousands of consultation cases over the past 10 years, I'll summarize for you brothers what kind of woman is fit for living together and being a wife. Let the pitfalls others have stepped in light the path to your future happiness. First, let me ask you, brothers, a potentially offensive question. What do you think is the most important factor in finding a wife? Character, appearance, worldview, or filial piety? People usually think so, but dig deeper, and it all boils down to two words: happiness. We marry for happiness, divorce for happiness, and even staying single or fearing marriage is to pursue happiness. Nice words are easy to say, but look at married people around you. How many couples are truly happy? In reality, 99% of ordinary people don't realize that men with harmonious families and successful careers aren't just chasing pure happiness and joy in marriage, but stability and growth. Let's start with growth. It sets the upper limit of marriage. Most brothers spend their lives seeking self-worth and a sense of belonging. Self-worth comes from others' recognition, belonging from love. To succeed in a career, a man needs a nurturing wife, one who, when you get home, doesn't pick fights unreasonably, but is full of admiration and understanding, helping relieve your stress. This type of woman is truly scarce. Imagine, men hustle outside all day, dealing with trivial matters and immense pressure. If you come home to a woman who constantly drains you, the rest of your life will be hard to rise. Sister Qian knows that energy is crucial when men strive in their careers. Some less aware brothers choose wives based only on face and figure. But nowadays, beauty is everywhere, not scarce. Don't believe the toxic chicken soup from marketing accounts. No matter how pretty the face or body, the novelty lasts at most 3 months. Then you'll get bored. Men know what's in their minds. Yet a woman who can handle your emotions saves you at least 10 years of struggle. Smart men know to look at long-term value in a wife. Choose right and life thrives. Choose wrong and it's chaos. Understand this sooner, the better. Next, stability. It safeguards the lower limit of marriage, ensuring life doesn't fall apart. Wise people choose a wife like a comrade, life partner, and collaborator. Some brothers with good conditions live miserably because they married a vase wife. She's pretty, but requires meticulous upkeep, constant investment in material and emotional aspects. Worse, in critical moments, she doesn't help but hinders. Many brothers messaging me privately face this. So, choosing a partner is scripting the second half of your life. The first standard for evaluating a wife, simply put, never date selfish women. They only love you when they're in a good mood and have time. At setbacks or dissatisfaction, they think they'll be better off without you and abandon you first. Bluntly, you're just their weighed pros and cons choice. Instead, seek down-to-earth, insightful women. She accepts your negative emotions, doesn't hysterically argue in conflicts, doesn't force her ways on you or strip your autonomy, but grows with you, creating wealth and value based on your life experiences. Such insightful women don't demand sky-high finances, as they're capable themselves. What's key is if you have proper emotional handling, breakthrough ideas, and methods. To experts, this might be a few terms, but many brothers deter a lifetime. Such a pity. The second standard, she must have her own stable life and finances, not swayed by small favors, not selling dignity and principles for money. Plus, your development paces must match for more growth space. Many brothers suffer lifelong without knowing. Though men may not prioritize a woman's material conditions, assess her earning ability. Earning reflects combined cognition, execution, mental maturity, and luck. Work capability is the best proof of reliability. The highest love a woman gives a man is patience. In relationships, the most exhausting is being rushed to grow, as if one day's failure means abandonment. Many brothers have experienced youth labeled immature, then once mature, urged to earn reliably by cars and houses. But brothers, immature is just an excuse. Maturity comes from meeting the right person. We pursue freedom, love, and happiness all life. These aren't fully tied to wealth or monopolized by capital. They require abilities, means, and methods to identify and cultivate. I hope all brothers meet someone who doesn't betray your sincerity, finding a girl who, after hardships, remains kind and loyal. Love isn't one-sided giving or taking, but mutual building and growth. Sometimes, a professional just needs to clarify the issue's essence. A couple of sentences save 10 years of detours.
我发现啊，很多女人啊，她们经常说别人
I've noticed many women often say others marry well due to luck. But from my observations, around me, women who marry well are great at handling relationships, high political talent, and have long-term friendships maintained just like marriages. They also have sisters or small groups giving advice and strategies. In short, a person's marriage reflects their interpersonal skills. If you're bad at it, marriage tends to be rocky. Women who easily get on the shelf and earn respect usually have high energy. What does high energy mean? Sounds mystical, but it's super easy to explain. For example, many girls panic when meeting rich, high-status second-gen guys, thinking they must cling desperately, grovel, fear losing them, leading to abnormal behaviors. This shows they can't handle the other's wealth. Deep down, they feel unworthy, expect disdain, and that's normal. But women with enough energy, who can get on the shelf, face huge wealth without flinching. Not that they hate money, but they don't get greedy or lose control, no negative thoughts popping up. They have composure. If it's there, great. If not, no big deal. Calm. Go with the flow. So they're easily shelved and highly respected by the guy's family. I find life wonderfully strange in this. The more you lack love, the less you get it. The more you lack money, the less you get it. Lack isn't literal, no love or money, but a soul-level deficit. Even if reality differs, that inner lack is felt, even smelled by others. Conversely, if your soul doesn't lack, even without current love or money, others believe you'll have it. You deserve better.
See?
This rule fits most women.
超过30岁还没有谈过恋爱的女生，
To all the women over 30 who have never been in a relationship and say you're just looking for someone with similar conditions, I'm sorry, but I truly don't believe a word of it. I recently encountered a case that perfectly illustrates this. She's a woman born in 1992 with a bachelor's degree, working as a teacher at a training center for 7,000 Chinese yuan, about $960 a month. She's 163 centimeters tall, weighs 64 kilograms, 128 gene, and has very average looks, about a 4.5 to 5 on a 10-point scale. When we first spoke, I found her to be gentle and mild-mannered. But the moment I started introducing potential matches, my God, her pickiness left me utterly speechless. Having been single her entire life for over 30 years with little interaction with men, she initially told me she had no major requirements. All she wanted was someone within 3 years of her age, with a stable job, with the ability to buy a house in Suzhou, who was simply a good person to build a life with. Sounds reasonable enough, right? Well, yesterday, I sent her the profiles of 10 eligible men. 10 of them. And she only showed the faintest interest in one. Candidate number 1. Born in 91, works at a state-owned enterprise, a Suzhou local. Her rejection. He's too short, only 174 centimeters. Okay, height is a personal preference, I get it. Candidate number 2. Born in 94, 180 centimeters tall, a police officer. After seeing his photo, she said, I'm not physically attracted to him. To be honest, I thought their looks were a very good match, but if there's no spark, there's nothing I can do. Candidate number 3 owns 2 houses in Suzhou, 178 centimeters tall. His conditions were excellent, right? She rejected him. He's from a single-parent family. I'm not considering that. Candidate number 4, born in 93, a doctor, 179 centimeters, with a house and a car. Still rejected. The reason? Doctors are too busy. I don't want someone in that profession. Candidate number 5, a teacher, just like her. Her response, I don't date people in the same industry. At this point, I was already losing my patience. But the customer is always right, so I pressed on. Finally, with candidate number 10, everything seemed perfect. He owns his own company, has an annual income of 500,000 Chinese yuan, about 68,600 US dollars, holds a master's degree, and owns multiple properties. When I sent the woman's profile to him, he immediately rejected her based on her age. It took a great deal of persuasion on my part just to get them to add each other as friends. And yet, after just a short chat, the woman came back to me complaining, "This guy isn't proactive at all. He's too arrogant. It's not a good fit." I'm telling you, I'm done. It was only then that I finally understood what her no major requirements really meant. It translated to, he must be perfect in every single way, with absolutely no flaws. The problem is, a man of that caliber has countless options, far more than she does. Meanwhile, what outstanding advantages does she possess to attract him, aside from a relatively stable job? You have the right to be picky, but why do you think others don't have the right to be picky with you? Honestly, if you're this type of client, please don't come to me anymore. I am truly powerless to help you. Love and marriage have never been easy. From the stories we've just explored, some men ruined by choosing the wrong wife, others wasting money to buy affection, some trapped in controlling relationships, and some women lost in the illusion of a flawless partner. They all point to one timeless truth. Happiness isn't about finding the perfect partner once, but about knowing yourself and setting healthy boundaries in love. Marriage is not a transaction, nor is it a gamble with money or looks. What truly matters is clarity, knowing what lasts and what fades. Someone may be attractive, wealthy, or accomplished, but without kindness, patience, and the ability to listen, all of that becomes meaningless. On the other hand, a partner who understands, supports, and respects you can save you years of unnecessary struggle. Society may impose endless standards and the system may design rigid rules, but we always have the power to choose. To choose who we love, who we marry, or even to not marry at all. The key is this: never let fear, pressure, or others' expectations blind you. Stay awake, stay true to your heart, and learn how to use the rules to protect your own happiness. Because in the end, the awakened ones don't follow the crowd. They walk the path that truly belongs to them. Thank you for joining us on Chinese Emotion. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as we continue to explore more stories of the heart together. Goodbye, and see you next time.